Hello guys, welcome to my channel. And today ngayon ay kwento tayo. We're gonna have something to talk about. It's the 1 year anniversary of Honkai Star Rail. And I'm here about talking about my experience on the game and how shitty my Acheron is built. Yeah. And let's talk about the characters. 1 year. Who are my characters? Who I skip on? Who I still haven't gotten, who am I getting, who I want from the standard banner that I want to get. Light cones. I don't want to talk about events. I barely remember any of them. So it's more like where are we now at the state of Honkai Star Rail? Where am I now? Saan ang kinalagyan ko? And yeah. So without anything, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Harriet. I used to play a gacha game called The Siege of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. And that gacha game was really good. It's really good. It has all the Final Fantasy, almost all of the Final Fantasy main Final Fantasy characters and some of the sub characters, the side characters, and it got shut down this year. But last year, I started playing this game Star Rail because I've heard some of the few content creators here, like the Broadway Saiyan. That's a DFFOO content creator. I heard he's using a new name now. I don't know. So I heard him talking about Star Rail. That's how he got news. Asked my friend, lalaroin ba niya yung Star Rail? He said yeah. And yeah, I kind of go on with it. You see, my gacha retention policy is like 2 weeks. After 2 weeks of playing the gacha game, if I drop it, I drop it. And obviously, HSR, I haven't dropped it yet. So we're going to talk about most of the things that I'm going to talk about why I haven't dropped it. Okay, the fun experience that I have. But by the way, I'm not free to play. I'm not also pay to win. I'm just a dolphin. So I consume the battle pass. I purchase the battle pass every month, and I think the next update I'm just gonna purchase another one. Okay, let's go to Stell, the preservation. Stell, destruction. She was a destruction unit. Never unlocked any of her traces, but she is at E6 at the physical side. And fun fact about Stell is when I chose her over the other one, Chaos, because of I was using the male model on a previous Hoyo game, Genshin, which I my account is bricked there. So the change in gender is like going so far from Genshin and hoping that my experience there won't affect my experience here and hoping that I won't break my account. Uh, Fire preservation. When I finished the Bellabug story, fire preservation, really good tank back then. I consider her on par with Japard actually, and at least Stell has some damage as preservation unit. So there was that. Uh, okay, so that's the story of my Trailblazer, and her original name was AJ Raval. Okay, so if you don't know AJ Raval is a bold star in a platform here in our country called Vivamax. So if you want to know more about Vivamax, I suggest you go like and subscribe to the channel and check out my Vivamax reviews. Ayun. Yeah, that's my experience on Stell. Uh, Stell also was like showed up her booty last stream. Yeah, she had that booty last stream. She was on that very sus position, and she has Giat. Okay, she has Giat. Okay, let's go towards our 4 star. I don't recall who I got first. Was it March 7? I believe it was March. Yeah, March 7. I think I got March 7 and then Dan Hang. Yeah, March 7 I got her. She was also a preservation unit and she's ice element. What I like about her is she counter attacks. Yeah, that's what initially I like about her. She has counter attacks, and from then on, I'm very intrigued on counter attacks. And it evolved because here in HSR, follow up counter attacks are considered follow up attacks, and that really framed up my ideal situation or my idea for HSR, what archetype I'm going to use, and yeah, the rest is history. We're gonna get to that later on. And Don, yeah, we got Don Hung. So that was the initial party. March, Don Hung, and Stell, and then we got Himiko, and then Himiko was a guest character against the Legionnaire boss, Legionnaire Antimatter Legion. Yeah, the one in that was the first Echo of War, right? Yeah, the first Echo of War boss. Uh, then we got Serval. She was in a male. I wasn't really high on her at first, really, because she's AOE, she's erudition. And when I initially had her on my party, yeah, she's just like a filler. Then we got our first temple. On the first temple that I did, I got Sampo. Another person that I wasn't really high into. So Serval Sampo, you won't believe it back then, but mas pinili ko, I chose Serval. So that's like my core party: Destruction, Trailblazer, Danhang, Serval, and March 7th. On the Was it on the next day? Oh wait, we also got Asta for free, and I believe we got Arlan for free right here. No, I didn't get Arlan. So Asta was the one for free. Very nice. Okay, so Asta was the last person free, and I was disappointed that her SS, her special skill, her ultimate wasn't damaging, but it kind of grew on me. And I'm proud of her currently at an E6. So what are my sample Dan and March 7th Serval now? So Danhang is at E4. Uh, Danhang used to have what's that light cone? What's that light cone? I gave him a light cone. Did I got another hunt character? Right? Alright. Yeah, I remember now. Dan Hang used to have a light cone, Sleep Like the Dead. So, yeah. And I exchanged it to him. And I gave Sleep Like the Dead to someone else. That's Susha. March 7th, it was day one of my new life, but initially I think her light cone was Wildfire, which is now a Copium light cone. Times have changed. Sampo, I never really built into him. So when Kafka arrived, Sampo was really naked. And Serval had the Make the World Glamour previously, until it was deemed another Copium light cone. Sampo and Serval all sitting at E6, with Serval being E6 recently because of today's banner. And that is the first day of Honkai Star Rail. On the second day of Star Rail, got Herta, and she was set aside for many months. I never really touched her. So really, I was working with Don, Serval, March, and Stel. Even when I got Arlan, I never got it, but he still made one, so I'll tell about him. So that was Herta, and then I made another pull. This time I pulled on the Stila banner, and lo and behold, I got Sushang. And she was my main damage dealer ever since. I was running two. I was running no, not two hunt units. I replaced Dan Hong over her. Yeah, that's what happened. There was Dan Hong, Serval, March 7th, and the physical trailblazer. And then Serval got replaced with Natasha, who was on the Sila banner. I understand Natasha was free because when playing the story, but I pulled her, I locked her out, so I got an eat healer early, and the game carried me throughout. The first few days carried me throughout with a Natasha, with a March 7th, with a Stel, and with Sushang. Now, by this time, by this time, I made the pull on the departure banner. Let me fact check that really quick. And by that time, yeah, when I got the departure banner, ended my day, I got my first 5 star. Clara. Clara was so good. And there was a content creator named was and still good. There's a content creator named Valkyria. He showed me the March Clara, and throughout Bellabog it was Clara, Natasha, Sushang, and March 7th. And that was all physical. That was an all physical team. Natasha is a physical abundance. Who else? Sushang physical hunt, and a physical what was that? Physical abundance, physical hunt. Yeah, physical abundance and an ice preservation. I love the March Clara combo. You see, March 7 shields Clara, increasing Clara's provoke or taunt rate, taunt value, and it's going to be a counterparty. And I think by this time since I got hurt, I was introduced to simulated universe, so I was really rolling into the Clara, the Clara March composition. So Shang. So let's go. Yeah. So Clara today, destruction. Clara then was using on the fall of an Eon. I don't remember if I had anything else for Clara aside from on the fall of an Eon. No, I don't think I had anything with Clara back then. Next, Sushang. I didn't have swordplay, so she was using Genius Repose before I discovered the Hertalyton. And yeah, this one, she was using this one. Oh no, was she using Genius Repose? Oh wait, I remember now. She was using the Yanqing one. The river flows like spring or something. That was my Sushang back then. Natasha, she was using Posop. And I never removed it ever since. So Natasha was my first healer. Unfortunately, she's not up to par anymore. And Same goes with the 5 star that was with her. Those two were the only 5 stars in the game back then. Violet. Okay, so let's move on to King Chue, who I forgot I got on the first day. No, second day. Yeah, it was on the third day. Yeah, King Chue third day because free. She was free when reaching Trailblazer 20, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was 20, and I never used her then. And, but then the Eidolons started to pile up. Oh yeah, we never checked on my Eidolon. So Shang is E6. Okay. Uh, and Clara is E3. Trails of Cold Steel. Trails of Cold Steel, Clara. So yeah, Chingchue is E6. Never use her, so I kept my physical comp. Oh yeah, by the way, Natasha is also E6, I think. Yeah, she's E6. She has the same pose as Sampo. It's like Natasha and Sampo are kissing. Who do we talk about now? So 27th was a really slow day. Only got Chingchue. Then 28, I didn't pull for anything. 29, I got Hook, who is currently at E6 but never use her. And I think that runs up. It's all 4 star. And I think what I said back then is that I'm running TFS. TFS stands for Team 4 star. Because all I run are 4 stars and a Clara. It was such a good year. April 3rd I didn't play, so we go to March 1. We got Arlan, who is still cope up to now. I was forced to level up some of his traces for I think that what was that? The trials of the Trailblazer, the that one event. But yeah, no. And Abandona is still holding on that secret vow, and he devolved into a relic holder. Along with Misha. Look, Arlan is holding the Harmony Trailblazer gear loadout, and Misha is holding Robin's loadout. So I'm going for all attack. So I got rounds up my 4 stars. I got all the 4 stars. What's next? Back. I got all the 4 stars. We go. I go discuss the 5 star. My first 5 star was Clara, and my first 5 star Lighton was Sleep of Like the Dead, who I gave it to Dunham, and I never got Sila. Uh back then I want to. Back then Sila was meta, right? She was the early carry. Not for me. It was Clara, and but there are a lot of Sila sharers on my friends list, and I like to thank them because she made farming really easy. But I wasn't planning to pull on Sila because she's meta, and if I pulled for meta on the very first day, the game would have been very boring and kind of made this backbone that I want on my account to pull whoever I like. And unfortunately, I like too many of them. So yeah, I skip on Sila. Who I didn't skip was a controversial one, albeit people calling him mid, but to others like me, he was technically my first 5 star carry. And with the framework of follow-up attacks established, it fits like a dream, and he's genuine.
Life is as
Yuan helped me
ephemeral as
clear
dew on a leaf,
uh,
yet full of worth of
simulated
strife.
universe. He was using the birth of self light cone this one, and this was one of the first light cones that I spied. Before eventually later on his rerun, I got before dawn. And I don't care what anybody says about him. Yuan still my character who has the highest crit damage. He was rocking the lightning set back then, and I still have him like at E0 and S1. And yeah, he is a good flawed character. He needed a lot of love, and one of his love didn't came until August. Ting Yun. So there was a huge gap. I never got Ting Yun until August 2nd. Jing Yuan, I pulled for him on the release of his banner May 15th. And he was with Sushang. So I got some Sushang idol. But with the release of Jing Yuan, my lineup became Clara, it became March, it became Jing Yuan at the Sushang spot and Asta. Double sustain. I was very afraid back then. Yeah, okay. Then we go to the next patch, and this 5 star was at the beginning of the game, and I like her because of her what's ang tawag doon? Gusto ko siya dahil sa kanyang ultimate, because of her ultimate. And that's Silver Wolf. Her ultimate is user banned, and it's really it's really a it's really a fun play on names. She's a gamer girl, and we got the first ever event light cone. It was the graffiti event, yeah. And she was my first Nahility. So when Silver Wolf came in, I think it was at that point that I remove Clara from the lineup or retain Clara, but or remove March 7 and put in Silver Wolf, so it became Silver Wolf, Clara, Jing Yuan, and a healer, Natasha. Silver Wolf, very omnipotent character. Uh, I still have her original set right here, the the cowboy set and the Pan Cosmic Commercial Enterprise. This has been She has been rocking this set since her release. I know there's the Deep Water set or the Acheron set is available, but yeah, relic farming. It's not really good, yeah. And yeah, Silver Wolf released June 9th and became my third 5 star. Next one is someone that I respect. Someone Oh yeah, but I got Pela on May 1, same day as Hope. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Pela first before I reveal that character. Pela, never built her until I heard some of the streamers say she's good, but I never really focused onto her until Dan Hang in Piper Lune came out. And currently she's at E6, she has Sleep Like the Dead. Sleep Like the Dead. Good night and sleep well. And where this light cone is a pay to get. I never got this until at some point. And she was rocking that Luca light cone, and I don't even know who Luca was at that time. Yeah. Bella, a good dispeller. Who? You know who else is a good dispeller? Next person I'm gonna talk about, Locha. So when Locha, I was planning to skip him, but my man, he looks good. He looks really good, and he is a unique healer. His heals scale from attack, and that's why when he heals, it's a bunch. And I got many copies of this light cone. Perfect timing. And at that instance, it was a light bulb, and that is where I bought I I completely broke the free to play spirit for a month and just bought the battle pass just so I can have Locha. And with by pulling Jingyuan, Silverwolf, Lucha, I never lost the 50-50. Seriously, I never lost the 50-50. Lucha was is always be my favorite character. Even if they say that we power prep him or there's like the sustains like adventure in Wushuan, I always go for Lucha because he looks up for the team. He auto heals. He once he puts that healing field, you survive. The only way you get killed by Lucha is if you get one shotted. But my man, he has the most bland character introduction, has excellent medical skills. I still don't know what's in the coffin, and I don't know if Hoyo will go back to his character. Everyone is saying he is Odd Apocalypse. Is he the real Void Archives Odd Apocalypse? Is or not? I think it was hinted when he got jailed by Jing Yuan that he is Odd because he has a confusing name. But is he the real Odd or a variant of an Odd? Anyway, Lucha, people there are also people saying he's boring, but for me, he's like one of my most dependable units of all time. Okay, so we got Lucha out of the way. So at this point, we uh, we get another new 4 star. So the forgotten 4 star Yukong, who I is currently sitting at E6 by the way. Yukong used to have the Battle Pass light cone, carve the carve the moon with the clouds or something. The Tingyun light cone because Tingyun isn't even showing up. Tingyun was at the Jingyuan banner and she didn't show up. Yeah. So Tingyun, same day as I got Locha. E6, very confusing character. Right now she is rocking this set, except for the arm. I switch out the arm. And this is where speed tuning comes in, and I'm just too lazy to speed tune, so I just E6 her. Truth be told, truth be told, I never really built her. Look at 666. That's a devil's number right there, and currently she is holding the planetary rendezvous light cone. So if I go mono imaginary, yeah, this is going to be it. Here's my mono imaginary harmony unit. Unless Sunday's imaginary harmony or something. No, Trailblazer. Trailblazer is a different set. I'm not gonna give her planetary rendezvous. Okay, Yukong, very good crit buffs. It just needed some fine tuning on your team to work properly. And my biggest gripe on her niche, is she's built like a DPS. Yeah, so you just go crit on her. Unfortunately, she has bad stats here. I'm not really gonna gloss over, but she's E6, so that matters. Okay, and her companion story was really good, really good. It was the funeral for Tingyan when Tingyan became Pantilia, and that patch is up next. So we're going to the next patch, and the two characters that I skipped. Blade and Kafka. Why I skip on either of them? Blade Destruction. Kafka, she's near someone who I want to get. And that's Danhang and Vibrator Lune. So I basically skip a whole patch just to pull for Vibrator Lune. Unfortunately for my team, looking up, I have an E6 Sampo, an E6 Herbal, a Black Swan, Winnipeg, and I have no Kafka. Did I regret not pulling for Kafka? Not really. It would be the same idea as when I skip Sila. Uh, the, she will enable so many units. I think the game would just get boring at that point. And Blade, I'm not really good at playing glass cannons or Dark Knights. Sorry, Blade is not a glass cannon. He is tanky AF, but I'm not really good at playing those characters. Look at Arlan, his bench. I might not do anything for Blade anytime soon. But but the person I got in this patch, I'm currently trying to build him up. Luca, currently at E6. He currently I'm building him up, but man, oh man, when I got him, I have no idea what to gear. Would he go crit? Would he go crit rate? Would he go break effect? They're saying break effect, Luca, but the Tip of Shooting Meteor was one of the worst sets back then, and then that's why I never really built into him. But now with the Watchmaker, I can stack both break effect sets for a whopping 32% break effect and 48% break effect with the Kingdom of Banditry relic set. And Luca is E6 currently. And this is where I gave him Resolution Shines, Spurs of Sweat, and I didn't know what to give to Pila. They were swapping Lycons back and forth, so that's what I never bought the Solitary Healing Lycon back then because I was busy stacking on the pawn Eon to Clara. Yeah, Luca. Yeah, I'm not pulling for Bootil, so I may just go for Luca. But I need to really build him really good. Okay, next one, Imbibitor Lune. Imbibitor Lune is such an ass to build. So that 85 crit damage is a botch. This relic set is a botch. I could have gotten better for him. I could have gotten a better role than what this Invibrator Lune currently has. And it's all because of this damn set. Rudilant Arena. So Rudilant Arena, in case you don't know, it increases the wearer's crit rate by 8%. But if I reach the crit rate to 70, he will have a basic attack and skill damage increased by 20. And Danhang, like Gacha Smack, tulad ng sinabi ni Gacha Smack, parang Octopath Traveler siya kasi charge mo yung kanyang basic attack, hits hard, and you need that 20% increase on the basic attack to make him better. I even have his basic attack max. He's almost at max graces. Could have gotten some more to his rerun. Uh, his E2 is the best one. The backpack. Yeah, E1 Danhang is where his stats is for, and he doesn't run out. Sobs is issue. and E2. Yeah, I would have gotten him E2. That was the best one yet. But then got on the follow up on Eon, so Clara is basically naked with light cone, and I'm running a Dan Hang team. 829. So by that time, I already got Tingyan. I got Tingyan on the standard banner, I think. And he's been my main DPS ever since. The next one is who you notice. I don't have a tank. And that point, do I need another healer? So let's go to the healer first. Currently at E6, I got Lynx. Lynx because she synergizes well with Clara. And I got the worst version of Lynx back then because I didn't get any Eidolons on her. And I got her after I got push 1. So she really took all of my Jades. Link's really good at E6, but I think her E2 is the most passable version you can get for Lynx. Yeah. So because Lynx was brick at E0, I didn't really use her. She popped up when a higher I got a higher superposition of this Lucha Light clone and went into E6. Back then she's more of Clara. So my first team involved uh, Dan Hang, second team involved Jing Yuan or Clara. So I got three sustains, Natasha, Jing Yuan, and Lynx. You know, another sustain I got, Push One, who, uh, who still is arguably one of the best tanks in the game. And she's rocking that Preservation Light Gun. So Push One, still rocking this set, increase HP, reduces damage and broken Q. Very nice. Push One is a very nice addition to the team. And it was at this time they introduced Swarm Disaster by Don Hong's patch, and I completed that Swarm Disaster after I got Push One because of her damage reduction. Sorry, I got to drink a little bit. So,
Haven't tried
Push
yet
One.
on both ends. The third to
Where can I
last
go
line
from
says,
here? Push One.
Today is a good day for public service and
I think
overtime.
my only gripe on her, she doesn't heal on her ultimate. Would have been good. I think she only heals on her ultimate when you pulled for her light cone. And I'm telling you, I have the worst luck on light cones here. But damn, it was one of the best 50-50 losses that I got. So I lost the 50-50 to Himiko light cone. Why is it the best? Well, back then it wasn't considered the best because Himiko light cone was arguably considered the worst one. And then a new mode happened, but that is in the future. We're still in the past. So with that, a guaranteed Litecoin is on the move. And when we say guarantee, I'm gonna cash it in on the best way possible for my team. And that is not Jing Liu. So again, I'm saying that Jing Liu isn't bad, but she's too good. She's gonna make my account boring, and I feel like this isn't the time yet that I would go for the meta. I want to grind or do it for the draft. You know, Jingyu very good. She's a more skill efficient Dan Heng, but my argument back then is I already got Dan Heng in Vibrator Lune, who I save up for after skipping a whole patch. So Jingyu. Of course, Temptation didn't have did occur to me. Temptation did occur to me, and I pulled for Jing Liu because I think she was one one temple away from a hard pity because I kept pulling links on the previous banner. Taking the chances of Jingliu, I lost my first ever 50-50, and I got a Clara Eidolon on that. This Clara Eidolons game, I lost the 50-50 on. I lose this on Jingliu. And then I think Eidolon number 2, I got it on the standard banner. Mm. Now, I think by this time we're headed into a territory where I can get my character on the 300 pull. Was it then? Let's see the dates. It's Wii. Billy Bargenti was before Wii, right? Yeah. Okay. I think it's safe to say to no. When was she released? October. So okay, we're not we're not out of the woods yet. That's I'm gonna piece together this time. Okay, so I think this is the right time. So back then, Warp, when you reach 300 pulls on this banner, you get a 5-star standard character selector. And it's either Himiko, Welt, Bronya, Japard, Clara, Yanqing, and Bailu. By the way, when did I get Bailu? I need to remember. I got Bailu no, September 21, 2023. So that was after Links, right? So I did get her on the standard. Okay. Yeah, so the next day after push 1, I got Bailu. Never use her. Never. Well, I never do it. Yeah. So, by the days alive, you would have thought Bailu was my character of choice. Or Bronya, who is the obvious choice. But like I said, I didn't want it to be as easy as that, you know. If I want Bronya, it is a situation where I earned it. So I never, di ko pinili si Bronya. I never chose Bronya. Who I chose? Well, my favorite character in the game, Lucha, is imaginary. The other favorite character that I have, my main DPS back then, was also imaginary. So we're doing and then I looked at Reddit. There were notes of an imaginary hunt and an imaginary preservation. Let's go. We go with completing the imaginary boys. Velt. Yeah, Velt is kind of copium with this build. He's rocking this set. Again, I would have done Deep Diver set on him, but I have no time to farm. Maybe I'll farm during this 300%, but I'm also farming for Robin, so nah. Yeah, and back then he was the one who was using Good Night and Sleep Well. And I didn't get this light until I lose the 50-50 on Acheron, and it's SI2. Because I because when I got in the name of the world, when did I get my first copy? I think it was on the shop. No, the Litecoin shop. I got something irreplaceable. So I got in the name of the world at a different time when I pulled for a Litecoin, or I think it's at the standard. I don't know. I don't recall how I pulled the Litecoin. Yeah, well, slows down. I like delay units, gives vulnerable, uh, and he is much better at good eidolons. I think, uh, At E2, he is 2-turn wealth, so go figure. So I got the imaginary voice. Wealth, the old man. Doesn't have a boob window. Doesn't have a boob window. It doesn't have one. Okay. So after wealth, I'm gonna cash in my guaranteed character. Topaz and Nambi. After the Jingliu patch, I think the Jingliu patch was a short patch. It was a
Hi,
short
this is Topaz
patch.
speaking.
Topaz
So
and
yeah.
Nambi, and these two got a lot of flack because they weren't doing a lot of damage.
Sure thing.
But it's argued that Topaz is a hunt who acts as a support. So my guaranteed 50-50 was Topaz and Nambi, and I got a guaranteed light cone. I got her light cone, and her relic set is still the cowboy. Because my thinking back then is that the new follow-up set, uh, the new follow-up set has a bonus where its stacks reset after a follow-up, and Topaz just does everything in a follow-up per hit, and it's like she if Nambi hits with 8 stacks and she does a basic stack that goes from 8 to 1. I would have done for an E1 Topaz so that I get the depth, the proof that the debtor state. But Topaz is actually coming only to increase the crit damage. But I'm fine. I'm using Topaz as support anyway, and I'm very satisfied with this character. She enabled Jingyuan so much. And speaking of Jingyuan enablers, we got Tingyun, then I got Fushwan, then I got Topaz, and the joke of mid Yuan, you know, isn't really aged bad for me because he got a lot of help. Now, after Topaz, the next patch was a patch that I was supposed to skip. And it was Argenti and Hui Hui. Oh yeah, by the way, Gwynaipen was on Topaz's patch, but I didn't get her till afterward. So, Hui Hui. Okay, let's talk about Argenti first. Argenti, out of all the characters that I regret not pulling for, it's Argenti. Because of Pure Fiction. And the decision not to pull for Argenti is because he's erudition and people were doom posting erudition back in that day. Then Pure Fiction came, and now I'm lacking of a good erudition unit because Jin Yuan is now age. He's now 1 year old. It's time for a fresh start. So skipping Argentine made me realize for the future. Argentine looks like Kurama. You know, Dennis in Dennis Ghost Fighter, Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho. He really resembles that guy. Wish could have got him, but if I didn't get him, I wouldn't. If I got him earlier, I wouldn't have gotten. Uh, I wouldn't have gotten this one, Hanya, currently at E6. I think Hanya was a bad harmony unit, not gonna lie. People overrated her. I'm not here to speak on negative energy, but I feel Hanya was a waste of space. But enough about Hanya. I'm going to talk about the luckiest pull that I got. Woho, or Hui Hui. So, Hui Hui, I got it on a random tempo. Like, let's see if I do this, and will I get a 5 star? So I pulled on Wee Hui as a joke. Then I got her, and she's amazing as a healer and a buffer. And again, Jing Yuan got help again. She got help again. So Wee Hui. I never really intend to pull for her, so I didn't pre-farm her. I don't have her loadout. I think her what you call it? I think her light cone is the event light cone. I think yeah, it's a mix of the speed set and the outgoing healing set and the old Shanzhou planar ornament. Yeah. Wee Wee is using a pile of scavenge goods and she's a good support. She's still a good support. How do you know it's scavenge good? Look, Wee Wee has 95.3 crit damage. If she crits, she crits. At that 8% crit rate. Yeah, what a good. That was one of the luckiest Destiny draws I ever gotten. Also, fun fact, she was my first win character. 5-star win character. And this is like my roster is building out, reaching out, touching you, touching me, touch my hand. I never really got something. I mean, the Ghostbusters event was really long, and it's a filler patch. I have nothing. Another filler patch, but a good character that I got. Ruan Mei, my first limited Harmony character. And the second time I lose a 50-50. Who I lose the 50-50 to? Who did I lose a 50-50 to? No, it's a Bailu. No, it's this guy. Yanqing. Yeah, so I lost a 50-50 Yanqing. Didn't have time to build him up until the Glamour set arrived. But yeah, Yanqing, second 50-50 loss. I gave him Slip Like the Dead Light Cone, which was originally placed by Dan Hong. And then I also had Jue. So I'm gonna E6 her on the Robin banner with only 30 pulls on my bank. So wish me luck. Jue, she's good, but she needs to be E6 to go to her full potential because it decreases her stack limit to 6, which means she can follow up more often. Okay, let's go to Yanqing. I don't want to talk about this character. This character is bad. The moment I got Eidolons for the Yanqing, it's on the standard banner. So I never really gotten anything good on the standard banner until recently. So, Yanqing, I lost a 50-52. Then I pulled on the PT on the standard banner. I got another of his Eidolon. He is at E1 right now. Yanqing is at E1 right now. And his Eidolons are really, really bad. There's nothing here that helps his main flaw, which is if he gets hit, he loses his crit buff. That's why Yanqing was really copium until Adventurine came out. But he did have a good support, which also enabled Jing Yuan again, because this practically is the most universal support ever, Ruan Mei. I didn't even pull for her light code, signature light code, because we got this one, Memories of the Past, and it's perfect for her. It's a 4-star Harmony light cone, and it increases the wearer's break effect by 56% at SI5, when the wearer attacks regenerates 8 energy. How can I go wrong with Ruan Mei? She's my first Harmony limited character, and now entering the Pinaconi state. Pinaconi, I think I rather have one Harmony because it's getting really, really old. Okay, so then we got this guy for free. I was at the wedding back then when this guy announced was free. So I was originally playing pull for him because he is the imaginary hunt character that I mentioned earlier, and doing. So I ended up pulling for his light on won the 75-25. Yeah, Doctor ratio, great follow-up attack, and the framework is already there. we got Ratio, we got Topaz. Only we need is a sustain and a buffer. Ron May is an intelligent buffer. We only got 60 minutes limit, so I got 5 minutes left. Ron May is a universal buffer, so Ratio, good. So we just need a sustain. Okay, we're running out of time for this PS5 recording, so let's go to the recent patches. So I never skipped another character after Argenti, and I pulled for everyone. So Penacony got the Black Swan, the mommy, even though I don't have Kafka. And then I lose the 50-50 to Clara when I pulled for Sparkle because she enables Dan Hong Imbibe with her Lune. She even enables Jing Yuan. I think she is Jing Yuan's best support. And then we pulled for the right time. She was the right time to pull for a 5-star meta character. So when Acheron came out, yeah, I gave into the hype. I mean, I said this is the time. I skip on Sila, I skip on Jing Liu, I skip on Kafka, but I think I shouldn't skip Acheron. And the game is not boring. The game didn't get bored because I have all these wonderful characters except this guy, except you, on my team. And then we go to Adventurine, enabled Yunqing. He has that neck tattoo like Cody Rhodes, and the imaginary men are coming. So what to expect on this channel moving forward? Well, we're going to do a destiny draw for Robin. Robin with that's approximately 30 draws because I would have 3,200 jades by the time of her release, and then the 10 pull, and then we got some in the shop. Yeah, 30 pulls on Robin. I am at 61 out of 90 pities, so maybe. And then we're going to skip Boot Hill. That will be the time I'm gonna build up Luca and pre-farm for Firefly. So if Robin is the follow-up support, but if I lose her, it's fine because when I pulled for Adventurine, I ended up getting Bronya. So I think that's fine. And at least I got Bronya, Runway, and Sparkle. The Powerpuff Girls are still intact. I finally got the Powerpuff Girls. I finally got Bronya after 1 year, after losing to Adventurine. So Robin losing, I wish I could lose to Himiko. Next one, of course, Jade I'm pulling for that follow-up. And I already committed to the IPC now. So Jade is definitely a pull. That's like the future of Honkai Star Rail for me. Looking back at several of these characters. And yeah, still can't believe I got Bronya 1 year after HSR release. Can you build that? I missed out on Bronya for a year, then I got her. It's like I said, if I earned something, I earned a Bronya. I deserve to be praised for that. Yeah, taking a line from the mint picker. Anyway, I got a minute and 30 left on this video. HSR, happy anniversary. This is your boy Harriet. Thank you. Goodbye and good night. Bye.